What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. I'll be your host and producer, Logan Landers. Join me here today to talk about the Missouri Tigers 2024 team preview is my guy from the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network, Jay McLovin. Jay, how you doing, my friend? And wow, what a season for 23 was for Missouri, and you think they can see that success duplicated in 24?
Yeah, Logan. Missouri did have a pretty good season last year, as you said, going 11-2 in the fifth season of Eli Drinkwitz's team. They got right now they're being given an 8% chance to win the SEC this year. They get the 55th strength of schedule. So somewhere between 8 to 9 wins is what they're projecting right now for them, Logan. So I look at them as probably about a mid-level team. Nothing. I don't look at as them going deep into the playoffs. I think they maybe make the 12-team playoffs, but how far they go, I don't think will be too far. I think last year was their best season in terms of the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They had a pretty prolific team last year, and most of that team actually is coming back. I think Vernon, the third, is coming back. The defense, most of the defense is coming back. So a good part of that team is coming back. The passing game will still be their strength, obviously under Kirby Moore with the top 10 quarterback in that O-line. The weakness, though, will be that passing defense. So as much as that passing game will be their strength, their passing defense will be their weakness. So somehow or another. They lost a lot of key players to the draft. So they did add some people in the transfer portal, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to replace what they had. They got to go up against A&M, Bama, OU, and then Mississippi State. I think they lose 3 or 4 of those, maybe even 5 of those games. I'm going to say all 5. But Brady Cook does come back, and he did give you 3,300 yards, I think it was last season, 21 touchdowns. So he had a pretty good season, and he got 14 returning starters. So, I tell you, Logan, I'm gonna go on this team. I'm gonna go 8 wins. No, I'm gonna go 9-5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 9. I'm gonna go 9 wins. I think they get 9 wins and 5 losses.
Okay. So still not an awful season by any means. I mean, this is still a solid lineup, but I could see the slight decline. Like you said, last year this team had a really good season, and you can credit that to their passing game. Before Kirby Moore came over, right? They were 86th in points per game one year, and then they rose to the top 30 last year. Whenever you jump that many slots, you're going to usually go up in wins and in standings, and that's what Missouri did, obviously, as you said, finishing as the top 8 seed last year in the polls. And like you said, Brady Cook, he's got a lot of his team back, right? He's got a lot of the guys that he loves to throw the ball to, guys like Theo Wees, Mookie Cooper, and, of course, their tight end, Brett Norfleet. So I think that the offense is going to look good for those two. But the interesting thing about this, though, is Cody Schrader is gone. He was their cash cow, man. He was great. And now they've got to replace a guy who last year had 14 touchdowns and 1,627 yards and got the ball carried nearly 6 yards per rush. So that's going to be tough. You're losing him for your power, for your big back there, helping you out. But like I said, getting Luther Burden back there, I forgot to mention the wide receiving core. That's a big help. I mean, that guy was phenomenal last year. 86 catches, 1,200 plus yards, and also 9 TDs. So I think that even though Schrader is gone, you've got a group of transfers who are going to try and do some work there and just figure out who's going to be kind of a running back by committee, I would like to think. And that's going to be with Marcus Carroll coming over from Georgia State, and Nate Knoll, he's coming on over from App State. So I could see those guys battling it out and could potentially, Jay, you never know, emerge as something special if something good comes out of it. So that's an interesting position for me. But I think the rest of this team is set for offense. And like I said, defense, you've got some new guys in the system like Zion Young, You got guys like Chris McClellan and Toriano Pride Jr., with a couple of others as well. But I mean, this is still a very veteran-led team, right? A lot of guys who were juniors and seniors on this ball club, which I like to. I think that's a good strat to go with. If you can keep those guys for 3 to 4 years, I think that tells you how good your system is, and that's what Missouri's been able to attract and be good at the last couple of years. And for their defense, like I said last year, Corey Batoon, he's taken over for this team. And like I said, last year in 23, they allowed 14 or fewer points in 4 of their last 6 games. So they really turned it up, Jay, when it mattered most at the end of the season there. You just got to hope that can continue for the rest or the entirety of 24 instead of just the latter half. They're getting guys back, like I said, Johnny Walker Jr., Christian Williams, linebackers Chuck Hicks as well, Tristan Newsom, getting your safety, Joseph Charleston coming on back, and, of course, Dalen Carnell, good young player there. But it's like I said, their top 4 tacklers, 3 of their last 4 tacklers from last year, they are now gone to the league. So you got to have some of these guys who are vets, who've been on the team, who've been helping out. You got to hope that they can really get things going and pick up from some of the production that is now gone from this program. And I think overall, Missouri, good season. I don't know if they go the 11-2 they went last year, though. That's tough to tell. I think maybe 10, maybe, but I don't see him getting 11. I don't see him getting 11 like last year. Like I said, it's gotten tougher. It's gotten tougher in the SEC, and you really got to want it if you're going to win that title. But I think overall, still a good year. Good year nonetheless for Missouri, and definitely I think this is a top 25 team end of the year when it's all said and done. Well, we will see what happens. We will see what happens with Jay. College football is right around the corner. Man, that's going to be great. Kicking off here in just a few weeks. It's going to be nice. Saturday is going to be fun again. I'm just saying. But we'll see what happens with this team, the Missouri Tigers. Want to hear from you in our comments. How is this team going to do? Are they going to be good? They're going to be not so good? Or you think they might have an off year? We're going to hear in our comments and maybe some of the players that you like on this team as well. Big shout out to my guy, Jay McMinn, for coming on the show from the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Guys, we'll talk to you again on